Okay, suppose now that we need to calculate our radius. So in this case, we've been giving a diameter and we have to calculate the radius. So we said that the radius is right here, is right the center of the diameter. Okay, so if we already know that we have a diameter of 7.8, our radius is grabbing that diameter and dividing it by 2 because that's what's going to give us half of what we have there for a diameter. So if we have a 7.8 diameter, if we cut that in half by dividing it by 2, then we get 3.9, which means our radius is 3.9. Okay, let's do this question right here, which is very similar. In this case, we're giving a diameter of 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters. Actually, let's try a diameter of 25 centimeters. So we've got a diameter of 25 centimeters and we need to calculate the radius. So how do we do that? Well, we said the radius is right here at the half of the diameter. So to get that, we need to grab our diameter and we need to cut it in half. So we divide it by 2. So we've got 25 divided by 2. That means our radius then is 12.5, which is half of what we have as a diameter. And in this case, it's centimeters, so we got to make sure we always say it's centimeters. If we had meters, we have to say meters. If it's millimeters, we have to say millimeters. So just keep that in mind. Okay, now we've got two different questions here. And in this case, we're not giving a diameter, we're not giving a radius, we've been giving the circumference. And we are calculating the radius for it. Okay, so in order to do that, we first need to calculate the diameter, right? Because we don't know the radius unless we know the diameter, because the radius is half of whatever the diameter is. So, okay, so how did we say we calculate the diameter when we've been giving a circumference? Okay, well, the easy way is remembering the formula of circumference over pi equals diameter. So our circumference is 250 over pi, which is 3.14. That's going to give us our diameter. And we've got here a 79.61, which equals our diameter. Are we done? Well, we're not done because we need to calculate our radius. That's what the question was, to calculate the radius. And so how do we know what the radius is? Well, the radius will be half of the diameter. So we're going to grab now our 79.61 and we're going to divide that by 2, which is going to give us our radius. And what is it? It's 39.80. That is our radius. So you understand how we did that, right? So first we need to solve for the diameter. We need to find out what the diameter is when we only have a circumference, and we do that by dividing the circumference by pi. That gives us the diameter. But we're not done. If we're trying to find what the radius is, we then have to grab whatever we got for diameter and we divide it by 2, because the radius is half of the diameter, and that gave us 39.80. Okay, let's try this one. So we've got 45 as our circumference. So how do we get our diameter from there? Well, the easy way is with the formula of c over pi equals d. Okay, so c is 45 over pi, which is 3.14, and this is a 3, okay? That's going to give us our diameter. And so 45 divided by 3.14, we get 14.33. That gives us our diameter. And what did we say our radius is? Our radius is always half of the diameter, which means we got to grab our 1433 and divide it by 2, and that's what's going to give us radius, because it's half of the diameter. And so we get 7.16. That is our radius. This is an equal sign. That is our radius, okay? Now you'll notice that I keep saying the easy way. The easy way is remembering this, this formula. C over pi equals D. What's the not easy way? Well, the harder way, if you don't know algebra, is just grabbing our main formula, which is C equals pi times D, okay? We fill in the blank, so what is C? The circumference, so we're gonna use this one as an example, 250. Well, our circumference is 250. We know that because it's been given to us. We know what pi is. Pi is 3.14 times D. We don't know what D is. So in order to find out what D is, we need to move everything to the other side of the equal sign and leave D by itself. And in order to move everything to the other side, in this case, we have to do the opposite of what's happening right now. So right now the 3.14 is multiplied against the diameter. So to do the opposite, this 3.14 has to divide. And it's going to divide into the 250. So this is going to equal the diameter. So it's the same formula right here, 250 divided by 3.14, that we've got already here. And then from here, you just follow the same steps. So by knowing this other formula, you just saved yourself these steps. But if you know algebra and this is easy for you, you can just do it the same way. You're still going to end up with the same results. I was just trying to show what I mean when I say the easy way is if you already know that circumference over pi equals diameter. The not so easy way is just filling the blanks. So we're just filling in what we know. 250 divided by 3.14, that's going to give us our diameter. And how do we get the radius? We're going to divide what we get for diameter, which in this case is 79.61. It's going to be our diameter. And we're going to divide that by 2. And it'll give us a radius. Radius is diameter divided by 2, which is going to give us this one that we got right here, 39.80.